Cindy O'Quinn is a Bram Stoker award-winning writer, author of Quondam from The Nightmare Never Ends, Lydia from the Shirley Jackson award-winning anthology, The Twisted Book of Shadows, The Thing I Found Along a Dirt Patch Road, A Gathering on the Mountain, and One and Done. Her poetry has been nominated for the Elgin, Dwarf Star, and Riesling Awards. She's an Appalachian writer from the beautiful mountains of West Virginia, which are the ideal backdrop for writing scary stories and dark poetry. And I do have some social media links to drop into the chat while Cindy does her reading. Take it away, Cindy.
Thanks so much, Elaine. I want to read a couple pieces from my story, Everyone. But before I start, I want to tell you how Everyone came to be. And it was based solely on a dream. Every now and then, I'll be lucky enough to have a dream that clings to me. Usually, when you get up in the morning, you, you may remember a dream for a few seconds, but if you're fortunate, that dream sticks with you long enough for you to write it down. And Everyone is one of those occasions. So I told my sisters about it, and that's how Everyone came to be and found its way on these pages to create a story for this book. Everyone. Martha Landry stood on a mountain of gathered pain, suffering, and aloneness. She looked out over the valleys, remembering last night's dream, a foretelling of what was to come. The beauty of her mountains would be stripped like all others if something wasn't done to stop the maker of all bad things, not only the mountains, but everything. Her mama had been taking a break from having babies when she got pregnant with Martha. She was but 25, and the disappointment of having a seventh child to raise caused her to spend the rest of her years struggling to remember how to be happy. Martha hid her pain just below the surface because she blamed herself for her mother's suffering. Martha jotted down as much as she could about the dream. She knew the primary things to watch for, and that was festivals, which in the end would lead her to Wheeling, West Virginia. But she started out from Georgia, and it was the season of cotton candy and small town traditions, all in full swing. And according to Martha's dream, she would have to stop at each festival she happened upon. She hadn't gone far when she spotted the point of a big top tent near Raven, a little town called Clayton. Martha parked her car, purchased a gate pass, walked to the bingo tent, and found an empty stool. She sat down and purchased 3 of the hard bingo cards, not the paper ones that you use the dabber on, the old fashioned ones that had the little windows you slid shut for each number called that you had. She had only had to play one game when she yelled, "Bingo." Her card was read and the match confirmed. "What do you have, ma'am?" asked the man to see what prize she would claim. "I'll have the infant starter set." It contained onesies, bibs, a hooded bath towel, wash rag, and binkies. "Here you go. Got a bun in the oven, darling?" The man with the giant chaw of tobacco crammed in his cheek winked at her. If Martha could have, she would have stared a hole plumb through that man's face and watched as all that brown goo oozed out the other side. What she didn't realize is if she had a thought on it a little harder, that very thing would have happened. Up on a shelf, like many other gifted women, sheltered and unaware of the power flowing through them, like a flower that made bud but never bloomed. The dream, young, unassuming women scattered about the world, experts at being invisible, the unnoticed ones, but they were all gifted, and the time to make use of their gifts drew nigh. Like all the gathered words in this book, the theme remains the same. Change is coming, hopefully for the good.